Alright everybody, we're going to do one more game for the Xbox 360 as part of our specials, and it's going to be Jeopardy. How will we do this game? Find out soon. Tiger. Yeah, here, come on. Yeah. You can watch me play Jeopardy. Wait, where are you going? I thought you wanted to watch me play. You wanted to nudge against me.
This is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player 1. Player 2. Player 3. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories: olive oil, scary words, ancient history, 2006, intravenous, Papa was a Rolling Stone, and classic novel spoilers. Okay, let's get back into this. Player 1, in February, he shot Harry Whittington, not his intended target. Let's hear it, Player 1.
Who is Ken Lay?
Sorry, that's wrong. Any other takers? Here's the correct response. Dick Cheney.
Oh, Dick Cheney, okay.
Selecting Discovery, and this legendary space shuttle went aloft. Let's hear it, Player 1.
What is Columbia?
Sorry, that's wrong.
I'm not doing too good.
Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Let's hear it, Player 3.
Atlantis?
Right you are. Player 3, you start us off. In November, an Andy Warhol work depicting this Asian leader sold for more than $17 million. Yes, Player 1?
Who is Mao Zedong?
Right, you're out of the hole. Player 1, this famous American passed away the day after Christmas at the age of 93. It's Player 1.
Who is Gerald Ford?
Good. Player 1. He led the French team to the finals of soccer's World Cup, only to be ejected after headbutting an Italian player. It's Player 1.
Who is Michel Platini?
No, sorry.
Tiger.
Any other takers? Here's the response we were looking for. Zinedine Zidane.
Oh, Zinedine Zidane.
We return to you, Player 1. Swiss scientist creates monster that craves bride. Scientist makes and destroys bride. Scientist dies. Monster mourns. It's Player 1.
What is Frankenstein?
Good for you. You're out of the hole. Player 1. Raskolnikov murders an old woman. Raskolnikov confesses and is sentenced to 8 years in Siberia. Yes, Player 1?
What is Crime and Punishment?
That's correct. Constance marries paralyzed Sir Clifford, has an affair with the gamekeeper, gets pregnant, awaits divorce and new life. Let's hear it, player one.
What is, the sun also rises?
Nope. Sorry. Anyone else want to hazard a guess on this? It's player three. Right. A lot of clues, a lot of categories, player three. Make us. Heathcliff is raised in the Earnshaw home. Falls for Cathy. Love thwarted. Both die. Player one?
What is, Wuthering Heights?
Yeah, good. Good. Back on the plus side. All right. Itinerant workers George and Lennie dream of owning a ranch. Lennie accidentally kills a girl. George kills Lennie. Let's hear it, player one.
I'm gonna go with what is Cannery Row?
No, sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Yes, player two. You are correct. Player two, start us. Bibliophobia. A fear of these might hurt you if you want to continue your studies.
What are books?
It's player one. You got it.
Yeah! Woo!
Player one. If you suffer from heliophobia, a fear of this, you might be a vampire. Okay, player one.
What is the sun?
Good, good. Back on the plus side. Player one. If you have pluviophobia, the fear of this weather condition, we probably won't find you singing in it.
What is the rain?
Let's hear it, player one.
Yeah!
Hey, you're right. Please. It's the Daily Double. Player one, you're in last place. And the clue. If you've got dendrophobia, a fear of these, we suggest not climbing any.
What are ladders?
No. Here's the correct response. Trees.
Phooey.
You again. If you have stygiophobia, derived from the river Styx, you have a fear of this, so act right.
What is Hades?
It's player one.
Or hell?
You got it, and you're back into some money. Player one. Venus's surface is hard to view from Earth because it's completely covered by these. Okay, player one.
What are clouds?
Good. Player one of these on Venus lasts about 244 Earth ones.
What is a year?
Player one? No, sorry. Any other takers? Here's the response we were looking for. A day. You again, player one. Like Mercury, Venus has this many moons.
What is 0?
Let's hear it, player one. Right. We're not sure if it was ancient or not, but the first U.S. flyby of Venus was by one of these space probes in 1962.
What is a mariner?
Yes, player one? That's right. Way to go.
Yeah! Woo!
You get Galileo's finding that Venus goes through these, like the moon, was the first direct evidence for Copernican ideas. Okay, player one?
What are eclipses?
Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? We're talking about phases.
Oh, phases. Yeah, the moon goes through phases.
Player one, choose again. Most U.S.-produced olive oil comes from this state, so watch out, you dancing raisins.
What is California?
Let's hear it, player one. Good. Player one. It's pure and delicious. The oil that's the cold-pressed result of the first pressing of olives is extra this. Let's hear it, player one.
What is virgin?
Good. So here's a pH test. All olive oils are graded in accordance with the degree of this they contain. Lower is better.
What is acid?
Let's hear it, player one.
Acidity.
Yes.
Yeah! Woo!
Player one. This Greek dish of lamb marinated in olive oil and spices, grilled and skewered, gets its name from the Greek for skewer. Let's hear it, player one.
What is souvlaki?
That's correct. This LA Area Institute's famed olive walk is harvested for olive oil named for the school. Player one?
What is UCLA?
Sorry. Any other takers? Player two? No. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Okay, player three. You are correct. Okay, let's get back into this. Player three, you make the next selection as we... Marcia Hunt was the mom of his first child, Karis. He had daughter number 2, Jade, with Bianca.
Who is Mick Jagger?
Yes, player one? Correct. This guitarist originally named one daughter Dandelion. She goes by Angela these days. Yes, player one?
Who is Keith Richards?
Hey, you're right. Player one. This bassist wed Mandy Smith. After the two split, his son dated Mandy's mom. He could have been stepdad to his ex-stepmom. Okay, player one?
I will say who is Bill Wyman.
That's it. Knock on this guitarist, Leah and Tyrone's dad, who joined the band in 1975. Let's hear it, player one.
Who is Ronnie Wood?
You are correct. And here's the $1,000 clue. Serafina's Pop. He began manning the drums for the Stones in 1963. Player one?
Who is Charlie Watts?
Yeah!
Player two is going first in Double Jeopardy when we come back following this. We start the Double Jeopardy categories with this one. Historic Munich. Say it in Spanish. African countries.
Oh, that's a good one.
The comics. Flora. And mythology and art. A lot of clues, a lot of categories. Player two. Make us. On Munich's coat of arms, you'll find one of these religious figures who originally settled the city and gave it its name. Let's hear it, player one. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Here's the response we were looking for. A monk. Munich's motto used to be Die Weltstadt mit Herz, the world city with this. Okay, player one.
What is heart?
Right. Player
In
one.
1634 and 1635, this deadly contagion devastated Munich, killing more than 1/3 of its residents.
What is the bubonic plague?
Okay, player one. That's correct. Player
The
one.
Summer Olympics in Munich in this year were sadly marred by terrorism and tragedy.
What is 1972?
Player one.
Yeah!
Player one? Answer. The first of the daily doubles. You are in first place. Answer. In the 16th century, Munich was a center of the German phase of this movement against Protestantism.
It only makes sense to me. What is Counter-Reformation?
Congratulations, you're still in first, player one. Select again. In 2009, Jacob Zuma became this country's democratically elected president.
What is...
Let's hear it, player one.
What is South Africa?
You are correct. You get the FLN has dominated the political scene in this country since it won independence from France in 1962. It's player one.
What is Algeria?
Yeah!
Player one. Bioko, an island of this equatorial African republic, was once known as Fernando Poo. Let's hear it, player one.
What is Equatorial Guinea?
That's correct. Player one. The capital city of this Horn of Africa nation has the same name as the country. It's player one.
What is Djibouti?
Right. Player one. Festus Mogae is the president of this landlocked African republic once known as Bechuanaland.
Bechuanaland, okay.
Let's hear it, player one.
I'm going to say, what is Bechuanaland? I'm going to say Botswana.
That's right. Way to go.
Botswana it is.
We return to you, player one.
That's for 400.
This Peanuts character got a sister named Sally in 1959.
Who is Charlie Brown?
Let's hear it, player one. Right. Player one. Weirdo would be another name for this Dan Ferraro comic that began as a replacement for The Far Side. Yes, player one?
What is Bizarro?
That's correct. Player one? Mr. Munster wasn't the subject of this 1975 to 1992 Jim Unger strip. Okay, player one?
What is Herman?
Right you are.
Yeah! Woo!
Player in one? Bob Thave's comic, Frank bums around with this guy. Yes, player one?
Who is Frank bums around with this guy? Who is? It's not Mutt. I'll say who is Ernest.
Good. This edgy Aaron Magruder comic strip debuted in 1996. It's player one.
What is the Boondocks?
Good. Player one. In the wild in Mexico,
400.
this Christmas plant, Euphorbia pulcherrima, may grow to a height of 15 feet.
What is a poinsettia?
Let's hear it, player one. Yes. Player one. The Ponderosa is one of the most widely distributed American species of this conifer. Yes, player one?
Yeah!
Pine.
Correct.
Yeah! Woo!
Aethusa sinapium is known as poison or fools this herb. Don't put it on your potatoes. Player one?
What is parsley?
Right. Player one? Here's Jimmy to start us off.
The moss seen here, also called vegetable horsehair, is best known by this national name.
Let's hear it, player one.
What is Spanish moss?
That's correct. A variety of this state tree of Mississippi is the cucumber tree, which gets its name from the shape of its fruits.
What is the magnolia?
Player one?
Yeah!
Hey, you're right. Player one. A statue of this Roman sea god is a perfect choice for a fountain. There's one at Peterhof in Russia.
Ooh, who is Poseidon?
Player one?
Or Neptune. Let's try Neptune.
Yeah!
You got it. Player
A
one.
sarcophagus at Hearst Castle depicts this group of 9, including Erato, who inspires love poems.
Who are the musicians?
Let's hear it, player one. Yes. Here's Sarah with the clue.
This city's statue of Geffion and her oxen is a bit less famous than the Little Mermaid.
What is Copenhagen?
Let's hear it, player one.
Praxiteles sculpted this Greek equivalent of Mercury carrying the infant Dionysus.
Who is Hermes?
Yes, player one.
Yes.
Answer? The second daily double.
You are in the lead right now.
Decide on your wager, player one. Here is your daily double clue.
Get psyched at the Louvre by looking at Antonio Canova's sculpture of this Roman god and Psyche.
Who is Apollo?
Even so, you are still in the lead. Here's the response we were looking for. Cupid.
Oh, okay.
Select again.
The Bureau of Land Management can help you adopt one of these wild donkeys.
What is a burrow?
Yes, player one. Right. Player
As
one.
well as manly or virile, this word can mean sledgehammer.
What is macho?
Let's hear it, player one. Correct. Player
Whether
one.
after Cuba or not, it simply means free.
Let's hear it, player one.
What is siempre?
No. Sorry. Anyone else? The correct response is libre.
Oh, libre. My bad.
Player
This
one.
can mean taste or flavor. Con mucho this means with great pleasure.
It's player one.
What is sabor?
No. Sorry. Anyone else care to try to come up with a correct response? Let's hear it, player three.
Amor? No.
No. Anyone else? Player two.
Yeah!
And the $2,000 clue? Let's go over to Sarah.
In Spanish spelling, this mark above the N indicates that rather than una, the word should be pronounced uña.
What is a tilde?
Let's hear it, player one.
Yes.
Looks like you'll all be moving on to Final Jeopardy after this break. We're back. The category for Final Jeopardy today is Historic New York City. You need to select your wager. Now, let's reveal the Final Jeopardy clue. The USA's first Labor Day parade in 1882 went from City Hall to this square just north of 14th Street. Did you come up with the correct response?
You went for Madison Square,
Sorry, that incorrect response will drop your score by...
so you lose all $400. Right? But nothing.
Did you come up with the correct response?
Madison Square? We all can.
And that will lose you.
So you'll drop to 900.
What did you put as your response?
Well, I put Madison.
Sorry, that incorrect response will drop your score by...
$25,000.
We're talking about Union Square.
Oh, Union Square. Oh.
You've come out ahead as our champion, player one. So long.